Before we continue, we ask if you like our content to like and subscribe to our channel so we can keep publishing videos that you enjoy. Thank you. Welcome back. Today we are building the dangerous and deadly Hell Priest, also known as Pinhead. Now before we begin, let's make something clear. I am not building Pinhead from the Hellraiser series. I am building the Hell Priest from the novels Hellbound Heart and Scarlet Gospels. Now for you horror nerds like me, you know Hellraiser is based on the Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker. So you may be arguing with me right now that the Hell Priest and Pinhead are the same person, but in truth they are not. Their basic personalities, methodology, and place in their respective societies is different. Don't get me wrong, I love Hellraiser as much as I love Hellbound Heart, but this build we're only focusing on the novels, not the movies. Now later on down the line, I will be doing a movie version that will be completely different as their origins are completely different. Now, if you want to read the Scarlet Gospels and you still have yet to do so, stop the video right now, go read it, as I am going to be delivering some spoilers during this build. You back? Okay, good, let's get started. The Hell Priest is a member of the Order of Gash, a demonic holy order of hell, and like all members of his orders, he practices sadomasochism. Unlike the movie that portrayed Pinhead as a leader, the Hell Priest is considered an equal to his peers and holds no real power within the order. In fact, he's actually like the most disliked among the order. Many feel he's too fanatical and rigid. He has developed a reputation amongst humans who know of the order as one of the most horrific members and has earned the nickname Pinhead. But fair warning, don't call him that. He gets a bit touchy about that. Before we continue, I want to ask you, before making this build, please discuss things with your DM about using this character, and please think about some of the boundaries for yourself to play this character. Out of all horror icons, the Hell Priest is one that goes into areas that are far too dark for some. We're using the standard point array as detailed in the player's handbook, but do whatever you want. The two main stats of this build will be intelligence and wisdom, and we are multi-classing. So go ahead and make your wisdom 15 and your intelligence 14. Suggestion: make charisma your dump stat. You're not very well liked by, well, anyone. Don't worry with what you're planning, friends will just get in the way. To start, the Hell Priest is a demon, but we don't have demons in D&D, so go with a form of tiefling if you want, or go with custom lineage like I am. I know in the movies, Pinhead was a human who was transformed, but in the books, that's not stated at all. In fact, almost all demons have human qualities in them, and some even look human. Going with custom lineage, go ahead and give yourself 2+2 intelligence. Take the Shadow Touched feat and make +1 to your wisdom. For those of you who are wondering why Shadow Touched, well, like the Hellraiser movie series, the novels depict hell as a cold and dark place. In fact, the novels make it more look like the Shadowfell than Avernus. Shadow Touch teaches you invisibility and one first-level spell of your choice from either the Necromancy or Illusion school, and both of those schools will pretty well fit with this build. You can cast these without using a spell slot once per long rest if you want to save slots. Pick whichever spell, but heads up, we're getting a lot of Necromancy spells. Like, all of them. Well, almost all of them. Last but not least, take Dark Vision. You spend your whole life in darkness. It doesn't bother you one bit. Just pick whatever language you want to have alongside Common. Languages really aren't too important in character builds, but they're just little details that you have to add in yourself to really flesh it out. For background, take Acolyte. To you, the Order is everything. It is your life, your purpose, your home. For now. The background gives you the skills, insight, and religion, as well as 2 more languages of your choice. So now you have 4 languages where you can tell people how they're doing something wrong and how stupid they are. I did tell you how unpopular you are, right? We're starting off with Cleric. And what kind of Cleric, you ask? How about Peace? Nah, that doesn't work at all. Can you imagine if this guy was all about love and peace? There is no domain for pain or BDSM, but death actually really fits into your whole worldview very nicely. Once more, please discuss with your DM if you are allowed using this, as most DMs do not allow Death Clerics or Oathbreaker Paladins. For any other type, think about Grave or War Cleric, but Death Cleric is really the one you want. For your skills, take History and Medicine. Don't worry, you're not taking medicine to help others. You're taking it because you're a twisted monster who keeps people alive so you can hurt them more. Level 1 Clerics of the Death Domain get Reaper. You learn 1 additional cantrip of your choice from any spell list as long as it is from the Necromancy school. Go ahead and just pick one, as you will eventually have them all anyway. I would say Chill Touch or Sapping Sting, as you're going to have to take a few levels before you can have those 2. Reaper also allows you to target 2 creatures with your Necromancy cantrip instead of 1, as long as they are within 5 feet of you. You also gain proficiency with martial weapons. For cantrips, take Toll the Dead to cause more damage to those already hurt, Spare the Dying because you might not want them dead yet, and finally take whatever cantrip you want. For spells, focus on some damage-causing spells, because, well, pain is your thing, weirdo. As well as spells to keep yourself or victims alive, or, your team alive. I get you're not a people person, but you have plans, and those plans fail if you're dead. So work with people. For being a Death Cleric, you automatically receive Ray of Sickness and False Life. I suggest Inflict Wounds to cause some damage, Bane for some debuffs, Cure Wounds because you're not tanky and you'll need to keep yourself and, regrettably, others up. And finally, take Protection from Good and Evil because everyone hates you and some buffs might be a good idea. Level 2 Clerics can now channel Divinity, and along with Turn Undead, as a Death Cleric, you gain Touch of Death. When you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can use your channeled Divinity to deal extra necrotic damage. This damage equals 5 plus your Cleric level. You also get another spell. I recommend Command because, well, you're not charismatic and you have to get people to do what you want. Level 3 Clerics get more spells. Firstly, you get Ray of Enfeeblement and Blindness Deafness as a Death Cleric, and you can choose a new spell. I would take Hold Person because you really hate it when people want to leave and you have such sights to show them. Level 4 Clerics, you get your first ability score modifier. Go ahead and put it into Wisdom, as it is your main modifier for right now. With that increase, you get 2 more spells per level instead of 1. With this level, take Lesser Restoration and Spiritual Weapon. You can also get 1 more cantrip, just choose what you like. You already have your main ones. Level 5 Clerics receive an upgrade to their Turn Undead Channel Divinity, Destroy Undead. Now, any undead of CR half or lower is destroyed if they fail against your Turn Undead. On top of that, you get 2 new spells, Animate Dead and Vampiric Touch, and you get to choose 2 more spells from the Cleric spell list. Go with Bestow Curse for some more debuffs, and Spirit Shroud to add an extra d8 of damage when you hit a creature within 10 feet of you. Level 6 Clerics now get to ignore resistance to necrotic damage with Inescapable Destruction. This ignores resistance only applied to your spells or channel divinity. You also get 2 more spells. I suggest Revivify to get your team up, and Dispel Magic to help with those annoying human wizards. But you must admit, those spellcasters have some power, but you would never think about using such magics, right? I mean, human magic is so wrong, isn't it? Level 7 clerics get 2 more spells from their domain, Blight and Death Ward. For your additional spells, take everyone's favorite fun little timeout spell, Banishment, and go ahead and take another spell of your choice. Level 8 clerics get another ability score improvement. Add +2 to your intelligence. Trust me. Your Destroy Undead is bumped up to a CR 1 or lower. And finally, you gain Divine Strike. Once per turn, you get to add a d8 of necrotic damage to your melee attacks. But something is amiss. You now notice the lack of respect to the old ways of hell. No one really cares about torment anymore. Instead, it's like hell is just becoming another Earth. Is this a crisis of faith you're having? Level 9 clerics receive 2 more spells, Anti-Life Shell and Cloud Kill. You can also take 2 more spells. Take Contagion to spread some plague, and Raise the Dead to bring people back from the dead. Now it's time for a change up. You can't ignore it anymore. Hell has fallen from the true ways. The new rulers of Hell have turned their back on Lucifer, the fallen one and god of Hell, who vanished so long ago. Someone needs to step up and dethrone these pretenders. Someone needs to bring it all down. Someone must find Lucifer. And that someone is you. Too bad not only is there an army of demons stopping you, but the whole Order of Gash just doesn't really like you. It's too bad you're such a bastard. Then maybe you could take over the Order and then Hell. You're in this alone. If there was only a way for you to do it by yourself. Wait, those dumb human wizards had some serious power behind them, didn't they? Not as strong as your unholy magic, but no one would suspect an attack of that type of magic, would they? So it's time to hop on over to Wizard. If you haven't read the book, stop right now, go read the book. Level 1 wizards get Arcane Recovery, helping to recover some used slots. You can also pick up some more magic. For cantrips, grab Chill Touch and or Sapping Sting if you didn't grab them earlier. For some more necrotic damage. Acid Splash, well, that one is self-explanatory. Mind Sliver for some psychic damage, and Infestation to bring some more biblical plagues into action. For spells, take Cause Fear, Ray of Sickness, Witch Bolt, and the wizard staples of Shield and Magic Missile. If you have access to these and don't take them, you don't understand how good they are. Unfortunately for you, Hell is not a place for such magic, and to use it is lowly, but humans have large amounts of magic just laying around. Time to start hunting for more spell books, magic items that can help bring you a step closer to victory. Level 2 wizards get an Arcane Tradition, and you need to cause a lot of death very fast if you hope to conquer Hell quickly. So Necromancy is where you want to go. Necromancers get Necromancy Savant, which makes it easier to add necromancy spells to your spell book. You also get Grim Harvest. Once per turn, when you kill 1 or more creatures with a spell, 1st level or higher, you gain hit points equal to twice the spell's level, or 3 times the spell's level if it was a necromancy spell. You also get more spells. Go with Snare to trap some dumb wizards so they can't get away from you and take their spell books. Go ahead and choose another spell from the list. Level 3 wizards gain new spells. Take Shadow Blade. This creates an illusionary blade of darkness that is a melee attack and causes psychic damage. Also take Cloud of Daggers and let the chains fly and start cutting. Level 4 wizards get an ability score improvement, so let's cap your intelligence off. For new spells, take Tasha's Mind Whip to force an intelligence save on a creature. If they fail, they take psychic damage and get a small debuff. Also take Suggestion to impose your will on others. Now, this spell cannot be used to cause harm to anyone. Level 5 wizards get more spells. Take Counterspell to start stopping these inferior wizards from protecting their secrets. And take Summon Lesser Demons to get some help when you need it. Level 6 wizards of the Necromancy School get Undead Thralls. If you don't have Animate Dead, you learn it automatically and can now target 2 corpses instead of 1. Additionally, whenever you create an undead creature, they receive additional benefits. Their maximum HP is increased to equal to your wizard level. They also add your proficiency bonus to damage rolls. You're going to need a lot of help gathering magical knowledge before the Order of Gash discovers what you're doing. Use undead and demon servants wisely. For spells, take Fear and summon Undead. Level 7 wizards add the spells Dimension Door to either escape from dangerous situations or to teleport into locations and get the drop on some unsuspecting wizards. If you need even more help, pick up Summon Greater Demon and bring the big guns. Level 8 wizards get another ability score improvement, but we need to go with a feat, particularly the Resilient feat. This allows you to add +1 to your ability scores and gain proficiency with that ability score's save. Put it into con. You're built to bring some death, but you're starting to need to bring help, all of which will need concentration. Level 9 wizards get 2 more spells. Take Danse Macabre to create multiple undead, and Enervation that deals necrotic damage and heals you equal to the damage dealt. Level 10 wizards of the Necromancy school get Inured to Undeath. You have resistance to necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum can't be reduced. For spells, take Negative Energy Flood. This spell forces a con save, and on a failed save, the target takes 5d12 necrotic damage. And if they die, they automatically become a zombie. Or you can use this spell to give undead creatures temporary hit points. Also take Scrying. The leader of the Order is becoming suspicious of you, and you've come too far to let that coin-wearing old man stop you now. Seriously, I warned you there was going to be spoilers for Scarlet Gospel. It's time you spied on him to keep ahead of the fool. Now let's finish this up with Wizard level 11. The leaders of Hell know about your use of human magic, and they're beginning their move against you. No time to waste. It's now or never. Time to take Hell for yourself. Take Globe of Invulnerability to create a 10-foot radius barrier around you for 1 minute. No spell of 5th level or lower, even if it's upcasted with a higher slot, can affect you. Finally, take Disintegrate. You force a dex save, and on a failed save, the target takes 10d6 plus 40 force damage. And if they die, well, their body's gone. So let's take a look at this build. You can do amazing amounts of necrotic damage with your spells, but your melee is on the low side. If you rolled stats, your weapon attacks may be better, but if you're using standard point array, they're low. Also low is your AC. You can't wear heavy armor, and once more, if you use standard point array, your dex is pretty low. If your summoning spells require concentration, you're a bit low there as well. You'll have to rely on others, and we've already determined how not many people like you. But then again, you didn't win in this book either. Well, you did till Lucifer showed up. Seriously, it was one thing to step on the Order's toes, but did you have to step on his too? On the upside, because of you, the devil has discovered humans' greatest creation, pizza. Okay, everyone, thank you for joining me, and I will be back for another horror build later.